currently living my dream life is the life I am living right now, the life I imagined for myself when I was a baby or growing up when I was in primary school, high school. I'm wondering.
Ideas from nowhere, all from another world. You're large.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie Kamine. I am a journalist by profession. I am born again and I am a content creator. So first and foremost, how I joined YouTube is I had no plans of ever being a YouTuber. All my life, I never knew there is something called YouTube until I think late 2018, early 2019, when after I finished high school and joined the world as a young, how do I put it, as a young adult. And I used to watch Maxine Wabosha. I think that was the time when Maxine Wabosha would do hotel reviews. Yes, so she'll visit different hotels and give reviews on the food, the service, and everything. I think like that was my first. I don't think, I know that was my first encounter with this thing called vlogging, content creation, but I didn't know that was the name up until when COVID came. After COVID, I went through a heartbreak that led me to opening a YouTube channel. I was still in school. I was pursuing the career of my dreams. I'm not gonna lie. If there's something I always wanted to do ever since like I was a kid, as far as I can remember around class 4, that is when I'm not even sure of the age I was. But one thing I wanted for sure so badly is to be in the media space, to have like a voice over people, like not like taking over people, but be in a place whereby I can speak on behalf of people. I am able to speak to so many people and people get to listen to me and I give wisdom and I inspire someone. Like just that was what I wanted with myself. And I think when I was around class 6, 7, that's when now I came to meet radio and see radio as a different medium. I remember I used to listen to Kiss 100. That's the only radio station I could relate with. And there's a show that used to air. My mother is Kikuyu. There's a show that used to air at 5 a.m. 4:35 a.m. in a Kikuyu radio station. There's this lady who would give stories that were meant to teach people something. And I remember waking up every day to listen to this lady. She's a Kikuyu, mind you, I do not know her name. I think I'll ask my mother her name and then maybe have the name here or maybe a photo. And I used to be so inspired and I'll look forward to waking up very early every day in the morning before I get ready to go to school to listen to her stories because they were so inspiring. And one thing that's for sure, she'll give stories then come with a Bible verse that was so relative to the stories, and that used to happen I think Monday to Friday, because Monday all through to Friday were the days I'd wake up that early because we never went to school on Saturdays and on Sundays. So I think now that gave me passion for radio and I just wanted to be on radio. Like for me, radio and TV were two different things in this sense. The fact that anyone can listen to radio from anywhere, be it you're in the garden, be it you're on your way to work, like that is so relative right now at the moment, where we get to see that even when you're going to town in the morning, people are easily able to listen to Maina and Kingangi, to other people, which is not possible for you to watch television in the car, not unless now you're doing it on your own phone. So I just loved radio and I was like, wow, then I think this is the life I want for myself. So journalism was the best thing. Mind you, when I was in class 3, 4 there, I used to tell our pastor when he'll ask what I want to be, and I'll tell him, I didn't know it was called journalism. I was too young to navigate that. So I used to tell him, I want to be someone who's on radio or TV. That was it. That's what I knew. Then now, right now, I think when I finished high school, my mother wanted me to do a different career. she wanted me to be a human resource manager because there is a lady she knew ever since she joined campus who did that, got a job in Safaricom, then got married, and my mom saw all that happen, like her going through the transitions, and she wanted that for me. Then for me, I just didn't want that. Like, I knew there's something I could do. I knew that the mass I was in for the masses, not being a celebrity and stuff, but being in a space where I'm able to talk to so many people. So that's how. Then boom, 2019, my mother didn't. I finished Form 4 in 2018. My mother didn't want me to study journalism, as I've said earlier, but months went by and she noticed, hey, by the way, this girl is not changing her mind. Mind you, my mother took me to, you see these people who advise people on careers, and she paid a whole 2,000 Kenya shillings. She even applied for me to go to, is it KIST? Yes, to KIST, to study human resource. And she even paid some amount. But then I was not convinced up to when it was in September when she noticed, by the way, this girl is not changing her mind. So then she and my stepdad went to NIBS, paid the school fees on a Friday, and did everything, all the nitty-gritties. Mind you, they didn't tell me. So on Sunday night, they broke the news to me that, you know what, tomorrow you'll be going to school. You'll be going to school first day, you'll be reporting. I was so excited. I was like, why am I going to study first before the excitement finishes me? And that's why she broke the news, you'll be doing journalism. I was so excited. I think that was the greatest news I had had in a year or two. So I was so excited, I was happy, and I felt like, yes, this is it. I remember the first day I went to school, I met a guy. His name is Majabuli, mind you. My mom was going through a lot. I didn't even have a bag. So this guy used to carry my books in his bag. A story for another day. So I was so excited, and I remember my first semester I didn't do so well academically, not because I was not a bright student, but because I was still fantasizing, like, wow, like all this is happening, like God has made it possible for me to study the career I wanted, and all that was just something. Then I think around my second semester, COVID came. Then boom, when COVID came, people had to go home. We were no longer studying. But when COVID came, so a lot happened. Then we were out of the lockdown. So I got my craziest heartbreak. I think my first heartbreak, which prompted me to opening a YouTube channel, which all of you are watching right now. I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I didn't even know what I wanted to do with a YouTube channel. But one thing for sure that I knew I wanted was to change lives. The fact that I contemplated suicide 3 times, a story for another day, and I was in church, that hurt me so deep. I was serving in church, I was a videographer, I was there Wednesdays to shoot, I was there on Fridays to shoot, and on Sunday for the Sunday service. And so that prompted me, and I was like, why not start talking to young people about how to maneuver relationships, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 and understanding yourself. In as much as bad things have happened in your life, how can you change that? So I started, and it was going on well up until, I think that part flipped and I evolved to be someone else. Then last year I started watching vlogs, and I fell in love with vlogs, and I was like, now let's take a shift and let me start documenting my life, because I noticed that, one, I do not have photos of myself as a baby because my mother got me at 14 years. Okay, a story for another day. I think we have so many stories to share. Secondly, I felt like I don't have any photo of my grandparents. I've never seen them even in photos. I don't have photos of my mom when she was my age, which was a bad thing. And I was like, okay, I think I need to document my life. Yes, just put it out there, even for me to sometime, to when I grow older, see it and watch the process I've been through and stuff. So that is how I started vlogging, and here I am, guys. And I feel like at this point, am I really living my dream life? Yes and no, because in this sense, currently in Kenya, it's not easy to get a job. So I would really love to work for a radio station or even for a TV station. I don't mind. But if I was to get 2 jobs, do radio or TV, I'll rush to radio, because radio has been like a passionate baby for me, something I so yearn in my heart, something most of the time when I listen to radio, I'm usually like, imagine if I was the one on the other side of the airwaves. How would people feel? Would I really inspire people? And I'm like, oh damn, yeah, all I need is someone to give me a mic and a studio, and boom, here I am. So I have sat and thought that in as much as you can't do what you want to do or what you wanted to do, you can start it. And I think right now I'm at a place where I'm contemplating, should I start my own visual radio? I'm not sure, guys. I am not sure, honestly. And I feel like I'm still the same person. In as much as I have evolved, I feel like there's an inner child in me that still wants to pursue radio so badly, in that if they gave me an opportunity on radio for like 20, for just 5 minutes, I'll hit the airwaves. I think that's why I've never changed my username on social media. It's Queen of Radio. I know I've never been on radio. I don't know if I'll ever be on radio. That's the funniest bit of this whole thing. Like, actually, like, what if I never do? What if I grow old never having sat in a radio station to talk to anyone, even for like 5 minutes? That's a fear I still have. But I'm like, you know what, Julie? God is in control. I feel like, yes, I'm not yet there. My life is unfolding in so many ways. I am not at my best, but I am trusting God for the best. I am work in progress. I am learning on the job. I have become so many things that I never thought I'd be. I never thought that 8 to 5 will never work for me until this year, when it was like, no, this whole thing is not for everyone. And then I never thought that media, social media or online platforms will be such a great deal to me, that I have to work for other people as a social media manager. And now that I am self-employed, and that is what I do mainly, that is why I get the money I get to maintain my life. I'm like, God, in as much as I really wanted 1, 2, 3, you knew that 1, 2, 3 would show up, and that it would be like a priority in my life. Like, that would hold me for a short while. So this is for you who's wondering, are you really living the life you wanted when you were a child? Are you really enjoying your life? Are you really there? I just want to remind you that do not give up. We are on this race together. And one thing I've always learned is that God did not create you to suffer. That God has a plan for you. You might not see it right now, but imagine at the end of the day, God will make sure that a testimony comes out of you. So all you have to do, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on God. Keep chasing your dreams. Keep working harder than ever. And trust in yourself, trust God, pray always, and always remind God your heart desires. And because He knows what your heart desires are, He will grant you your heart desires. This is coming from me, Queen of Radio, or else you can call me Julie Gamine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do make sure you give it a thumbs up so that it's recommended to more people. Like, share, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.